Hello and welcome back to another video. Yes, we're back in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 and we are in the Aerosoft CRJ. This variant is the CRJ 700 and we're going to do a complete cold and dark till shutdown flight tutorial using a checklist and procedure I've written up myself, and we'll see how we get on. We are at Shannon Airport and we're going over to Dublin, so it's a relatively short flight. So what I'm going to do now, let's start from outside. So it's about 6:30 in the morning, so it's still pretty dark, but it should start getting lights fairly soon. Okay, just have a quick look around the aircraft. And we can go and get the aircraft set up. It's been a while since I flown this aircraft, so it's going to be an interesting video to see how I get on with it. We're going to be using GSX as well for loading the fuel, obviously the cargo and passengers, and the pushback as well. It's all in the procedure I've brought up. So okay, I'm going to press page up to go inside the aircraft. End key to go inside the aircraft. And as you can see now, we are inside the cockpit of the CRJ, cold and dark. So the first thing I'm going to do is come to the EFB, which is normally off, but I've already been in the aircraft, so I've already switched this, put power to this, so I've already switched it on. Passenger door can be open, but the chocks have to be in place first, so click on that and you can click the passenger door. We're going to be using the stairs, so we want the guardrails up. If we're using the jetway, we'd have the guardrails down and the jetway then could be attached. The cargo doors can be opened, cabin lights as required, service door as required, and the power unit at the moment it's removed, but we can connect that and we'll do that fairly shortly. So throttles are idle, parking brake is on, landing gear is down, wipers are off, and keypad number 4. These are my controls, by the way. You might have different controls to me. Batteries, gonna click the batteries to on. So click to on up there. Okay. Go back to the EFB, put on the ground power cart, and the GPU AC power shows available, and we'll click on that. I should have put the dome on to begin with. Now I don't know what button is the dome switch. How to get? I'm going to change the time a little bit here. Hang on 1 second. So the dome needs to go on. So I might have to write that in my checklist to put the dome light on. Otherwise we're not gonna be seeing a lot in the dark. And the floodlight down there can go there. Just set these lights up so okay. Yeah, so dome light may have to go on first. No, I don't know where the overhead lights are. Down here. Yeah, I've got set all this before I get into the aircraft. Yeah. Otherwise, it's tricky to find where all the switches are. So, anyway, so nav and logo lights, click down to on. No smoking signs, click up. You can leave on auto, but you can click and put them on. Emergency exit signs, lights, click up to armed. EMLR lights, click down to arm. That's EMER. Wing inspection light goes on if you're doing external. We'll put that on anyway. Dome light as required, but I should have put that as first. IRS panel. Turn to nav. I think I've got it set up as instant align, so it all should be okay. Lights as required, we've done. I think I've got that set up as instant, yeah. So that should be coming on. They will be on in a few moments. Then we can get started. Okay, so the IRS system is now on. And we generated the flight plan already on SimBrief, so we're going to go into the FMC and generate the flight plan, initialize the FMC. So number 3 takes us down. This spoiler gets in the way sometimes, so we just move that out the way. So it's asking to initialize our position, so we're going to press the position in it, and we're going to select set position there. That's already done. Okay, so there we go. What's that about? Okay, clear that. I'll do it from this side. Okay, go back to previous page. The previous page. And there we can click the flight plan button, and we're going to put the flight plan in using the EFB and sim brief today. So to do that, we go into flight plan and we import, and our flight plan loads up Shannon to Dublin. Display the weather forecast and stuff there as well, and we're going to send that to the FMS, and we can set our payload to the FMS as well. Okay, go back to the FMC, and we can see that our flight plan is now in. Okay, so we're going to get our clearance from beyond ATC.
Mandarin 1001, ready for IFR clearance to Dublin Airport.
Mandarin 1001, Shannon ground. Expect runway 24, OSGAR 3 Bravo departure. Squawk for 501.
OSGAR 3 Bravo departure. Squawk for 501. Mandarin 1001.
Mandarin 1001. Read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Roger that. Mandarin 1001.
Okay, so we've got our departure.
381. Gate 39er
So
taxi via Alpha.
we know that we're going now from
Gate 39er via
runway
Alpha.
24, so you
Shamrock
click on
381.
departures, arrival, so we're going to departures, and Shannon depart up there, runway 24, and we're going for Oscar 3B, so we're going to search for that. Go to the next page, Oscar 3B, there it is, then we can execute, and then we can go back to the legs page, and then we can see it all been put in up to there, because we've got no arrival at the minute. And we get the arrival later on in the flight. And we're now going to put in our squawk code. So on the center pedestal you've got your radio down here. Now you can press this one and you can change the numbers there like so, and you press it again, you come back into it, and you've got squat code here or flight ID, and ALT on or off. But you can also do it in here as well. So radio ATC there, so our squat code is 4501, so we go 4501 and we put it there like that. And the transponder, to turn this transponder on, is here. It's already on number 1, but that'll be standby. See, standby, and we can put it on 1 or we can put it on 2, and it comes up like that. And just under here you've got your communications, so we can put that to on. Okay. I'm gonna open up GSX. So that gets our flight plan, and I'm going to request refueling.
Refueling truck is on its way.
Okay. And I'm going to request boarding.
Boarding requested.
Okay. Go back to the EFB, and we'll go to the performance tab, and we've got our weights and our fuel all in here. So you check this against your sim brief.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Fuel truck
on
is in
board our
position.
flight. Please place your large bags into
Do you
the
want to
overhead
board crew?
lockers. Wheels first, and keep your small
You check
items
your
under
weights
the
against
seats
your
in front of you.
sim brief.
These include laptops, handbags,
Passengers bus is
duty-free
coming.
and loose items of
So
clothing.
62
If you are
passengers,
seated in an
forward cargo
emergency
262,
exit row or a front row bulky seat,
68
all of your
kilograms.
items must be
Yeah,
placed
that's all
into an
looks
overhead locker. Once you have
looks all
safely
correct.
stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure an on-time departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all
And then we
remaining
can
customers to board.
copy that
As we
into
are
the
currently refueling,
FMS.
please ensure your seatbelt remains unfastened until the seatbelt sign is turned on. This is a no-smoking service. Thank you for
Then we can set
observing this policy.
the payload again
Passengers
over
boarding
there.
starting.
If we press settle, we get our takeoff speeds there as well. Our landing ones are down here. Okay. So if we go back to the FMC down here, click on the perf button, check the weights have been entered. You check the perf line and then check the weights have been entered, and all the weights have been entered, and our cruise altitude has been entered as well. So we know that's all done. We can cycle through the different pages. So our ETAs are here, and our estimated fuel burn is here as well. We've got our reserves and we've got our taxi fuel there as well. Then press the VNAV. Now in the VNAV you can leave as default mainly. The only thing you're going to change in here is your trans attitude, but you'd normally just leave it as it is. The cruise attitude's already in there, so there's nothing to change in there. So we're going to go back to the perf in it. And set winds if we need to. We're going to set winds because they're done, so that's fine. So we can go back to the legs page, and that's the FMC all complete, apart from our arrival. So we can move away from that now. So on the overhead panel we need to turn on the hydraulics, which is number 1, number 2 and number 3B down to auto, and number 1 is on auto, so is number 2, and so is number 3B here, and number 2 is here. So that's fine. That's the final cockpit preparation done. The next bit will be starting the APU, but we'll wait until we're ready. Loading the aircraft. So let's go to outside. And see what's going on. The cargo, the baggage is all being loaded. See what GSX have done. Okay, passengers have already boarded. So we're just waiting for the baggage to finish now. So we're just waiting for them to finish, and then we can start the APU. But I'll just go through a couple of the things while I'm waiting. And obviously we've got the navigation display here. So what we need to do is change the range of the navigation display. Like, we can go through the different maps, and then we can change the zoom. And as you can see on here as well, we've got center. Which will cycle through all the waypoints for you to check it. Okay, we'll leave it on there for now. You can also put TCAS on as well there. Put the flood line over here so you can see what I'm doing, and you set your bavo here as well, and your nav source. So that's VOR, FMS1. So wanna be in FMS1. Okay, so just wait for the bag in, then we continue with the rest of the video. Let's have a quick look outside, see what it's doing now. They're still putting the baggage on. Probably should be doing that really first, 'cause it seems to take the longest. We'll just leave it there for a minute. I'm waiting until these are finished. It looks like they're almost done. Bring up the sim brief for you. So 23,000 feet, the cost index is 53, our distance is there, the winds are here, all our weights are here, and our fuel, and our passengers are there. There's our route. So we're expected the departure 07:15 and arrival 08:19, so it's about an hour. The air time's 36, block time is 1 hour 4 minutes. So we'll see if that goes according to plan. Not quite sure what the time is.
Run for 3 taxi via Alpha.
Ramp 43 via Alpha, over 28 Quebec Golf.
Let's go back inside. What's the time? 6:54. So we got enough time. We're okay. So what I'm gonna do is put on the, well, no, I'll wait actually until they finished.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight. Please place your large bags into the overhead lockers, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. If you are seated in an emergency exit row or a front row bulkhead seat, all of your items must be
Okay, that's the baggage
to an overhead locker. Once
completed.
you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure an on-time departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the
Boarding
aisle clear. Cabin crew,
complete.
boarding is now complete.
GSX closed the door automatically as well, which is good. I haven't used it on this aircraft before, so it seemed to work okay. I didn't see the passengers get on. I missed that bit, but we'll see if they go off at the other end. So we can go back inside, go back over to the overhead panel, and we want to put the seatbelt signs to on. So we're going to start the APU now. so that you get the aircraft ready to push back. So in order to start the APU, we need to go to overhead panel, which we are. So we're in the overhead panel, and we need to find the APU section and press power fuel, the power and fuel button, which is here. So I'm going to click on that, and we're going to click on start.
Flex Air 61 Hotel, looking to pick up our clearance to Farnborough.
And if you look over here, we've got APU door open, and we've got the APU
Flex Air
rising.
61 Hotel, Shannon Ground. Expect runway 24, Abergoo Tree Bravo departure. Squawk 4036.
Abergoo Tree Bravo departure. Squawk 4036.
There you go, the APU is 100%. You can hear the noise now.
Flex Air
And
61
back to overhead
Hotel.
panel,
Read back
you will
to
notice that the AC power,
ready
the
for start
ground
on
power
taxi.
unit, has been disconnected automatically.
Roger that. Flex Air 61
It does
Hotel.
this as long as the APU generator switch is in the auto position, which it
Flex
is.
Air 61 Hotel, at round 26 Alpha. Request pushback.
So go back to the EFB, and we can
Flex Air
disconnect the
61
ground power
Hotel.
unit.
Shannon Ground. Pushback approved. Face northeast.
Pushback approved. Face
So
northeast.
on the overhead panel,
Flex Air 61 Hotel.
we're going to put the air conditioning, press both to on, they're already on, so that's fine. The circulation fan, we need to click down to on. It's already on, so we haven't got to do that. Anti-ice is as required. We don't need any of that today at the minute. Windshield heat, click both down to low. So yeah, they're both on low, so that's fine. Probes leave off for now. On the center pedestal, let's just come over here for you so you can have a closer look. The stab trim, press to on. The button goes down. Mac trim, press to on.
Flex
I can't see in the dark here.
Request taxi.
Okay.
Flex Air 61 Hotel.
Your damper,
Runway 2 for taxi via Delta 1. Delta,
press to on.
Delta 2.
I think that's all worked.
Runway 2 for taxi via Delta 1. Delta
We'll find
Delta
out.
2. Flex Air 61
If it ain't work,
Hotel.
your autopilot won't work. So we'll find out when we take off. The barrel pressure we've done, and over here you've got your landing elevation, which is 0, so we ain't got to worry about that for now. But if you wanted to, you could set the landing elevation over here on the overhead panel. If I can remember where it is, I think it's this knob here, but we'll try it. Let's just click that. Yeah, I don't know if it is that knob actually over there. No, I don't know. I don't know what knob it is. It's on the somewhere. I did look at it the other day. Oh, it is up here. Look. So, and that obviously sets your landing elevation, but I don't know what the landing elevation is yet, so I'm going to leave it on 0 for now. We'll worry about that later on in the flight, in the cruise, when we got something to do. I didn't put the beacon on yet because the beacon triggers pushback, so I haven't put the beacon on yet. I'm just going to go through the other checklists before we get back to the beacon. We've set the range on the display. I'll show you how to do that from here. Floor lighting as required, we'll have it on. Set wipers as required. Nose wheel steering armed. And below the throttles here we've got a flight control, different pages, but flight control page there, and we've got our takeoff trim. And we go to the CRJ EFB and go to the performance tab.
Flex Air 61 Hotel. Contact Shannon Tower 118.7. Bye bye.
We're looking for
Over to Tower 118.7, Flex Air 61 Hotel. Bye bye.
our takeoff trim. Yeah, so it's 6.7. So we need to set this over here to 6.7. Now I've got a key button for setting the trim up and down on my joystick. I recommend you have your key binding for trims up and down on your joystick if you got one, or a keyboard, or whatever you're using, to make life a lot easier for your trim. I'm going to set the autopilot panel up. So flight directors on. Altitude, we didn't get an initial altitude, so I'm gonna just put 10,000 feet in for now. But I'm pretty sure we've got 23,000 feet. It's gonna be our cruise. Set runway heading if known. I was gonna sync it. I don't know the runway heading, but we'll do that in a bit. You can set your FIES mode, which is here, and obviously we'll just go up at 1,000 feet per minute for now. Nav mode comes up FMS1. You can have eddy mode if you were going to use eddy mode. And then you've got your speed. Obviously this hasn't got an auto throttle, but you've got speed on there. You can change it down there as well. And then that's your courses going there, then, which you normally worry about on your IRS approach. On the overhead panel, I'm going to put the fuel boost pumps on, left and right. If I can find them. Okay, I've not flown this aircraft for a long time. Where are they? Where's the fuel boost pumps? Yeah, there they are at the top. So we need to put those on. Check the parking brake is on, and now we can push and start. So I'm going to put the beacon on, and I'm going to get GSX to prepare for pushback. On the overhead panel, while waiting for that, I'm putting hydraulic 3A down to auto.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Mandarin 1001, ramp 28, request pushback.
Mandarin 1001, Shannon ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face
Locking
southeast.
gear.
Mandarin 1001.
Just wait for. Okay, so we're going to go for a quick edit pushback on the map. So bring the map up. So we want to be going that way. So first left click is the end point. So and we can want to turn the aircraft around over in there. And another click adds a waypoint. So once we're happy, right click, save,
Release parking brakes, please.
and we're good to go. So let's release the parking brake. Just waiting for clearance so we can start the engines. Bring that back up to status. I think the chocks are still on. Yeah, remove the chocks.
Commencing push.
Must remove
All
the
engines
chocks.
clear. Start at will.
Okay, so on the overhead panel, we're gonna the right engine first. So over to the right engine. No, that's not the engine. It's been a while since I've flown this aircraft. Is that the engine start? We'll have a look now. No, it's not. That's not the engine start. Engine starts here. Got hold it for about 4 seconds.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
As you can see, it's all rising. So under the throttles, we want to select the red lever to up, which is there, and with the throttle lever to idle, like so. Don't normally do it to about 18%, but yeah, that's how you do it. So we'll come outside. Where did the taxi lead us? Yeah, should have gone down. Probably should have gone down to there. Never mind. Alright, let's do engine, the left engine, engine number 1. So again, press and hold it down for about 4 seconds so it comes up start. Okay, I'm looking for 18%. There we go. The red lever, click, and move the throttle lever into idle. And we'll tell GSX for a good engine start once it settles down. It's 7:10, so looking good at the minute. So we can tell GSX the engine was a good engine start. So yeah, confirm good engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
So on the overhead panel, I'm going to stop the APU. So stop, and then we're going to check the door is closed, the APU door closed. That's good. So on the overhead panel again, we want the probes on now. So both probes to on,
Unlocking
the
gear.
left and the right. I'm going to set the flaps for takeoff, which was flaps 8. So there we go. And we want to get our taxi clearance.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin
1001,
removed.
taxi for departure.
Left is clear, right is clear.
Mandarin 1001. Runway 24 taxi via Delta 1, Delta, Delta 2.
Alright, we'll taxi to runway 24 via Delta 1 Delta, Delta 2 Mandarin 1001.
Okay, so we've got our taxi clearance. So on the overhead panel, we want to put our taxi light to on. Let's just check if there's anything else we need to do. What we can do, we can put the weather radar on. We can normally do it by the runway, but we can put it on there. Because I forget. I shall forget later. So, I'm gonna release the parking brake. See, we're moving forward. That's fine. And we're going to check the flight controls. Making sure the rudder and the ailerons have got full movement. Checking the spoilers on each side. Obviously the left as well, but there we go. So we're gonna taxi to the active runway. Yeah, we should have been over on this line over here and facing that way, but never mind. Put the turbo tracker on for taxiing. It's 7:15, so we've left the gate on time. Need to check beyond ATC because okay, that's fine. For a minute it thought it was going the wrong way. No, that's fine. Cabin's got some nice noises. It's pretty good.
Mandarin 1001. Contact Shannon Tower 118.7. Have a good morning.
Over to Tower 118.7 Mandarin 1001. Bye bye.
Just going to hold it here until we get our clearance to enter the runway. Request departure.
Mandarin 1001. Holding short. Runway 24.
So on the overhead panel, you want to put the X-Flow override onto manual, and we want to put our strobes on,
Mandarin 1001.
and our landing lights
Cabin crew seats for takeoff.
can all go on. Our dome light can go off. So, going to line up on the
Hi,
runway.
Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Okay. Right, so let's go out onto the runway. Line up on the runway. Go. Right, let's hold it there. Let's put that parking brake back on. Let's get rid of the turbo eye tracker. So, lined up on the runway, let's sink the head in. Need to click on it. There. So the runway heading is 233. And we're going to set the chrono, which is already, there you go, already set, and the time is 7:22. So now all we've got to do is take off the parking brake. Power. Watching the V1 and rotate speeds. Try and stay close to the centre line. V1 rotates. Positive brake gear up. I can't see where the autopilot is. Where's the autopilot button? There we go.
Mandarin 1001.
Should have done it in the day.
Contact Shannon departure 120.2.
It's a little dark to do it in the night.
Contact Shannon departure 120.2, Mandarin 1001.
Yeah, I should have done this in the daytime. Should have been
Shannon
a daytime
approach,
flight.
Mandarin 1001. Good morning. 2,800 feet.
Alright, start picking up some of the flaps.
Shannon departure identified.
On the override panel, put the Exclair auto override back to
Climb to
auto.
flight level 110, Mandarin 1001.
I'm putting the dome back on because I can't see anything in here. And auto, we need to go up to 11,000 feet. Just watch the speed because it's manual speed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened whilst the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated.
The blue is flashing there, so we need to go into standard.
Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes. In just a few moments, we will
We need to go into
commence
standard
our
pressure.
in-flight service, offering you the chance to choose from our fresh selection available today. Full details can be found in your in-flight brochure. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept all major credit and debit cards. If we can be of any further assistance, just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Let's change the range. There we go, just change the range a little bit so we can see that. So where are we going first? We're going to Gorto. We've been told to climb to 11,000 feet, so should put the VS back on, putting speed on, change the VS down, so let's alter our VS there so we can climb a little bit quicker.
Mandarin 1001, contact Shannon Control 131.15.
Contact Shannon Control 131.15, Mandarin 1001. Shannon Control, Mandarin 1001. Good morning. Out of flight level 085 for flight level 110 direct Gorto.
Mandarin 1001, Shannon Control, radar contact. Climb to flight level 230.
Okay,
Climb to flight level 230.
climb to
Mandarin
23,000
1001.
feet. So use the altitude knob over here and see it changing on the display. Like so. So yeah, OSGAR 23,000 feet. So passing 10,000 feet, landing lights off, takeoff light probably should have been off anyway, and we can turn the seatbelt signs to off.
Mandarin 1001, contact Shannon Control 132.15.
Center on 132.15, Mandarin 1001. Shannon Control, Mandarin 1001, leaving flight level 129er for flight level 230.
Mandarin 1001, Shannon Control, radar contact.
Let's have a look from outside.
Shannon Control, Neptune Charlie Hotel. Good morning, flight level 138.
Neptune Charlie Hotel. Shannon Control. Identified.
Cabin view. Cockpit view. So we're now just going to monitor our displays and the FMC. And we can also change the range as well. Okay, after takeoff I should have turned those down to off, the thrust reversers. Those should have been off after takeoff. Forgot to do that. Flow light I can turn off now. Keep the throttle in climb. And then just manage the throttle when to manage your speed. See, we don't want to go into the red mark, as then we'll be going over speed. that noise you're hearing is an overspeed noise, so but we're going a bit too quick, so let's just reduce the throttles. Go. And every time I make a turn, we try and sit the head in as well. So we need to get a revival in now.
Virgin 138 Mike Heavy. Contact London Control 118.775. Bye-bye.
Contact London Control 118.775. Virgin 138 Mike Heavy.
Neptune Charlie Hotel. Brooklyn 2 Delta. Runway 24. Report ready for descent.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Brooklyn 2 Delta. Runway 24. Ready for descent. Neptune
get
Charlie
ready for
Hotel.
descent.
Neptune Charlie Hotel. Descent to flight level 080.
Descent to flight level 080. Neptune Charlie Hotel.
Just come up to the last waypoint. So
Neptune Charlie Hotel. Contact Shannon approach 120.2.
Contact Shannon approach 120.2. Neptune Charlie Hotel.
Eagle 48 Charlie Zulu. Contact London Control 118.775.
Contact London Control 118.775. Easy for 8 Charlie Zulu.
Mandarin 1001, ready for descent.
let's get our arrival
Mandarin 1001.
information put in.
Runway 28 left. Descent to flight level 070.
So put our arrival in. So
OSGAR for Lima.
our
runway
arrival
28
into Dublin.
left, descent to flight level 070, Mandarin 1001.
Ryanair for 0.
It's going to be runway 28 left. So ILS 28 left. Yeah.
Contact Dublin
And look at Oscar 4L.
Ryanair for 0 November Alpha.
I've got Oscar 3L, so that's close enough, that will do. And then I'm going to execute that. That's in the flight plan. We've got to descend down to 7,000 feet, so we're going to do that now. So let's enter that in.
Shannon Control, longship 02 Zulu Heavy. Good morning, flight level 400.
And going to VS
Longship 02 Zulu Heavy. Shannon Control.
and start our descent. Just watch the speed though while we're doing this. So just back the speed off. And we can just check the gig page here. So we're going up to Durham now. 7,000 feet. And we've got a flight route discontinuity there, so we need to click on Lampo, click on the flight discontinuity and execute. This sort of missed approach, so we don't have to worry about that because we should be okay. So we want to be at Lampo at 3000, max have at 2500, and then we're descending down to 7000 feet. So I'm going to bring up the Microsoft Flight Simulator tablet, and I'm going to search Dublin. So where are we? We're over here. Okay. And I'm going to bring up the runways. So it's 28 left, and the frequency is 111350. So if we go back into our radio page, as you can see, it's already been entered for us because we put our arrival in to the FMC. It's already entered the ILS frequency automatically, so we haven't got to worry about that. We can look at the charts though for it, and obviously max have 2500, Lampo 3000, and we'll be coming from this direction. The elevation is 243, so if we go back to the overhead panel,
Mandarin 1001, you're off course. Cleared direct Kepler. Resume own navigation.
Affirmative. Clear direct Kepler. Resume own navigation. Mandarin 1001.
well, why was I off course? Don't know why I was off course. Going back now, that's fine. What did I put in for land elevation? 480, that's wrong. That's way off. We need to come back on that. It's quite awkward when you can't see the screen. Okay, that will do. Passing 10,000 feet. Landing lights back on. Seatbelt signs on.
Now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish.
Contact Dublin approach 119.555.
Toilets are no longer in service. Thank you.
Contact Dublin approach 119.555, Mandarin 1001. Dublin approach, Mandarin 1001, flight level 0901, we have Yankee on board.
Mandarin 1001 Dublin approach. QNH 098 for expect the ILS runway 28 left with the pizza transition.
QNH 098 for expect the ILS runway 28 left with the pizza transition, Mandarin 1001.
We're just getting rid of a few waypoints so we can go direct to Savin. So we should yeah, so we're turning, because we were going back over here because we went off course a little bit. So that should get us back on course again now. So we've got 7,000 feet. Speed's coming down, about 220. There you go, we're making the turn now. Yes, you went off course, and then when I got, as navigation mode came off, and then when I got it back on, it was trying to backtrack to the last waypoint, so I had to move Sorin up and delete the 2 waypoints so we could go direct to Sorin. So that's where we're going now, over here, and then we're coming all the way back round to land.
Ryanair 8 Victor Alpha. Contact Dublin Tower 118.6. Over to Tower 118.6. Ryanair 8 Victor Alpha. Bye-bye.
I just want to watch the speed. It's not got an auto throttle, so you've got to do the speed yourself.
Ryanair for 0 November Alpha. Cleared direct Pitzer. Cross Pitzer at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared ILS runway 28 left.
Cleared direct Pitzer. Cross Pitzer at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared ILS runway
we're going to hold 7,000 feet for a while. Actually, we've got our times on here as well. You've got your speed, your flight level, and your estimated times you can be arriving at these waypoints. So at 7:54 where we get silver now. I should go to 7:55, and then P's are there, 8:05, 3,000 feet, so we'll be descending to 3,000 feet somewhere around about here, and then into Lampo, Maxev, and then on the landing then. Obviously because we made the turn, just sink the head in again. ETA was 819, 0819. So according to SimBrief, so let's see if how accurate that is.
Dublin approach, KLM 33, flight level 100 with information Yankee.
So as I said, we've got
KLM 33 Dublin approach.
ILS frequency already in. It did it automatically. As you got there, auto or manual is in auto, so as soon as you put the departure in, put the frequency in, so we ain't got to worry about that.
KLM 33.
KLM 33, descend to flight level 080.
Descend to flight level 080, KLM 33.
Let's go back into the over here with our landing speed, so we can set all now on our landing speed. So we've got our landing speeds now all set, and our landing is over here. Just check the speed. Losing speed a bit there, so okay. Then let's refresh the METAR. 28 left. We've got our fear rev, it's going to go on normal fear rev today. Got our winds. Calculate our landing distance. So that's how much distance we need, which is fine. So all that's okay. Yeah, one thing in this aircraft you got to do is just watch your speed. I'm just going to bring the range down. QNH was 0984, so we need to put that in. 0984.
Ryanair for 0 November Alpha. Contact Dublin Tower 118.6.
Over to Tower 118.6. Ryanair for 0 November Alpha.
So we are we're going to be doing a turn. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 2,500 in the autopilot ready for when we get that descent instruction off ATC. We've got it in there ready. There you go. I'm going to go 2,400, so we're just under. Don't descend yet though, but it's in there ready, so when we do descend, we haven't got to worry about that. Keep you on speed. I keep either going too fast or going too slow. So once we turn here at this next waypoint, we'll be heading off to Pisa. So we should get our descent instructions then.
Mandarin 1001.
There we go.
Descend to 3,000 feet. QNH 0984. Mandarin 1001. Cleared direct Pitzer. Cross Pitzer at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared ILS runway 28 left.
Cleared direct Pitzer. Cross Pitzer at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared ILS runway 28 left. Mandarin 1001.
KLM 33. Descend to 3,000 feet. QNH 0984.
Okay, so there's our
Descend to 3,000 feet.
descent.
QNH 0984, KLM 33.
KLM 33. Cleared direct Abinu. Cross Abinu at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared ILS runway 28 left.
Cleared direct Abinu. Cross Abinu at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared ILS runway 28 left, KLM 33.
Just gonna watch the speeds. I'm gonna approach mode.
cabin crew must now be seated for landing.
And
Thank you.
over here, navigation source. Press for localizer 1.
All aircraft be
Hi,
advised
Captain. The
information
cabin is
to
now
the
secure for landing.
QNH0984.
There, we're at our speed and our flaps. Bring the first set of flaps in. And the second. Go for flaps 3. Approach mode on. I thought I did that already.
KLM33.
Speed again, loosen speed. More speed.
Over to tower 118.6, KLM33.
Okay, looks like we captured the localizer. Get the gear down. Just mind to the speed now. Flaps to 30. Looks closer up there. And the rage in. Why are we going over here? Don't make any sense. Okay, I don't make any sense. We're going the wrong way. That's not correct. Let's go back to edit mode. Shouldn't we go flying over there? Should we be flying over here?
Mandarin 1001. Contact Dublin Tower 118.6.
Over to Tower 118.6, Mandarin 1001. Have a good morning. Dublin Tower, Mandarin 1001, ILS runway 28 left.
Mandarin 1001, Dublin Tower, continue.
Roger, Mandarin 1001.
Yeah, got to be off course. Way off course then. Don't know what happened there. We need to get back up to this line. So put it back into navigation mode. We should turn. Yes, we are. See if this is going to work now. Let's go back into localizer mode. Switch on approach mode. Don't think it's going to pick it up. Is it picking it up? It's doing something. Yes, okay, so it's turning towards it, but I don't know whether we're... Let's just look at this.
Mandarin 1001, wind 245 at 6, runway 28 left cleared to land.
Runway 28 left cleared to land, Mandarin 1001.
I don't know if it's picked it up because we're off course again. Can't see anything outside. Where are we? We're nowhere near it. Why are we going over there? I don't know what it's doing. That hasn't worked as planned. Didn't pick the ILS up at all, did it? The frequency is definitely right. 28 left. 11135. Don't get why that hasn't worked. I need to get back on track again. I need to get back to this point here. Yeah, because we need to get back over to here. It's back course in 278. There we go. I never have that issue at Dublin Airport. It normally works pretty good, but it wasn't taking me towards the ILS, it was taking me away from it. But it's good that it's done that, because now I can show how to get back on track. But ideally I didn't want that to happen. So we're still on localizer mode. So we'll see if it does it again this time. We want and then the 278, don't we? So much just not right with it. Okay, get rid of that because we're on the eddy mode now, 278. Let's put approach mode back on. And let's see what it does. The localizer starts here, so let's just see what it does. Glide slope's moving. It should stay in the centre. Seems to be working better this time. Okay, so it's picked up the glide slope. The glide slope's in the centre. Now it's starting to reduce the altitude. So obviously I've got to maintain the speed to go with that. So that's worked. I'm not quite sure what happened before, but obviously that's put us behind schedule now. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened before. It's manual speed. A little bit high. Oh, a little bit high. We'll disconnect the autopilot. I'm just seeing how it manages. I like to test see how it manages the glide slope and stuff.
100. Sync rate. 200.
Yeah, again it was going to do it.
Sync rate.
That wasn't good. I think it must. Yeah, I just want to see how the autopilot managed the glide slope, and it literally couldn't do it.
40. 30. 20.
So
10.
it couldn't do it. It couldn't manage that glide slope at all.
Mandarin 1001, exit right at Sierra 4.
Exit right at Sierra 4, Mandarin 1001.
We have arrived at our destination.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However,
Okay.
we ask that you remain seated until the fastened seatbelt
quite high up
sign
here,
has
isn't it?
been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used. Please make sure you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care opening the overhead lockers as items may have moved during flight. Smoking
Mandarin
is not
1001.
permitted
Request
until
taxi
you
to
reach
assigned
the
gate.
designated smoking
Open the
area.
flaps up.
On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure
Mandarin
looking
1001.
after
Turn the strobes and landing lights off.
40 for taxi
Taxi
via
lights
Sierra
on.
3 Sierra. Hold short runway 16.
Gonna start the APU.
Gate Charlie 40 for via Sierra 3,
There we
Sierra.
go.
Hold short runway 16, Mandarin
Bring the
1001.
autopilot back down to 0. Select position from the map. So we need gate 404, which is gate 404 center. It's that one. Okay. No. Okay, so we can taxi to the gate 404. So we landed at, well, what was it, 8:20, 8:25, something like that. We would have landed on time if we hadn't had to perform a little procedure to get us back on the ILS. But as you've seen with the aircraft then, it didn't even perform the ILS. Now that might have been my fault because I've not really flown this aircraft much. And the manual throttle. It was quite difficult with the speed because maybe I need to calibrate my throttles in the AFB because I didn't seem to work properly here. It seems to have a big response before it moves. So I can move my throttles to almost half before the throttles in the aircraft even respond, so I'm not quite sure. I think it's down to the calibration of my throttles inside this aircraft, maybe was the issue there. But I probably did something wrong in that one. I know it's meant to be like a tutorial video and I didn't even get the ILS done properly, so not a great tutorial video, so maybe don't take it as a tutorial video. It has been a number of years. The last time I flew this aircraft, I think it was back in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Probably not long after it first came out. So I don't think I've flown it in 24 yet. So it's probably been about about 3 years or so since I last flown the CRJ. It's not an easy aircraft to fly. It's very hands-on, like I said, with the throttles. It's very hands-on with the throttles, so
Mandarin 1001, waiting to cross 16.
Mandarin 1001, cross runway 16 at Sierra. Continue taxi via Alpha.
Cross runway 16 at Sierra. Continue taxi via Alpha, Mandarin 1001.
you do get some nice sound effects in the aircraft though. With you can hear people in the background, like people coughing and stuff like that. Now, I do like this aircraft, so the more I fly it, the better I get at it.
Ryanair for 8 X-ray Kilo, ramp 617 left taxi via Sierra Tree, Sierra, Whiskey 2.
Ramp 617 left via Sierra 3, Sierra, Whiskey 2, Ryanair 48 X-ray Kilo.
C404. Which I think is this one here. We're just going to stop there before we make the turn. Parking brake can go on. On the overhead panel, taxi light off before we make the turn. We want to put the probes off, both of them,
Ryanair 19 Charlie Victor.
and we can turn the flight directors off as well.
Sierra, Whiskey 2.
And we're turning
Ramp 619
in
left
there,
via Sierra 3, Sierra, Whiskey 2, Ryanair
which is
19
strange
Charlie
because
Victor.
we've got an aircraft sitting right there. So
All aircraft be advised information Alpha now current. QNH 0.
how are we going to do that? And that shouldn't, well, that shouldn't be going there really, because we can't get in there with that aircraft there. Okay, we'll see if that aircraft moves. I don't think it will, but we'll see if it moves out of our way. I don't think it's going to move out of our way. My throttles are way past half on my physical throttles here, but there's no dead zone or anything on them. It's very strange that it's not responding. I'm going to check the calibration on it in a minute. So they shouldn't have put us on this gate with another aircraft sitting there like that. Because now it's going to be completely unrealistic. And you've got a baggage cart there as well, so this is completely unrealistic now, so I'm going straight through this aircraft's wing. And I'm having to go through baggage carts. So this is not good, but okay. Strange. I didn't know there was any collisions. I'm eating something. I can't get.
Ryanair 705.
Okay.
605 taxi via Sierra Tree, Sierra. Whiskey 2, Whiskey.
Well, that's weird because normally you don't get collisions.
Run 605 via Sierra Tree, Sierra. Whiskey 2, Whiskey, Whiskey Tree, Ryanair 705.
No, I can't. I'm gonna have to leave it there. I'm stuck. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm gonna.
You need to stop the engines to request ground services.
I'm going to walk me there. There we go. Yeah. It's funny how the aircraft disappeared now, look. The aircraft disappeared and everything now, look. That's not good, that's strange. I'm going to try and avoid this gate in the future, because it's really awkward if you've got an aircraft parked there. You shouldn't be coming onto this one. It's kind of broke the immersion of the flight, but never mind. I ain't done half the stuff I should have done. What I should have done after landing was stop the chrono. TCAS should have been standby. Weather should have been off. Transponder should have been on standby. The APU I put on. So at the gate, thrust levers idle, parking brake set and on. The APU is on, so no need to with the throttle. So both throttles
Cabin crew disarm doors.
shut off. Turn off the nose wheel steering. Hydraulic pump 3A can go off. Chocks can go in place and the APU can be connected. Fuel lights are off. On the overhead panel, ACU power should be showing on. Turn off the APU. And click this button, close the door. Beacon light can go off.
Ladies and gentlemen, when disembarking,
Seat
please
belts
take
can
care
go
and
off.
hold onto the handrails while walking down the stairs. Please ensure that you supervise your children, and for your own safety, do not walk underneath the wing.
And
The boarding requested.
fuel pumps off.
Gemstone 41 Delta, ramp 600 taxi via Sierra Tree, Sierra, Whiskey 2, Whiskey, Whiskey Tree. Ramp 600 via Sierra Tree, Sierra, Whiskey 2, Whiskey, Whiskey Tree.
Radios to go off down there.
Delta.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Oh, don't know what's going on with the GSX. That's strange, I don't know what happened there. Oh, it was that, wasn't it? What I was going to do is go into options, calibrate throttle. So, throttle up. It's doing it on there. Obviously that's not going to do nothing now on there. But yeah, probably need to try that next time, but seems to be working on there, right? So all the passengers are off.
Do you want to deboard crew?
No. So all the passengers are all off now. I'm going to shut the aircraft down to a cold and dark state. So first of all, air conditioning packs off, recirculation fan off, anti-ice off, but they're not on, so that's fine. Windshield heats both up. Navigation lights and go-go lights off. No smoking signs down to off. EMR exit lights off. Yep. Go-go light off. Turn off the hydraulic switches. They're all off. Dome light off. So any other lights off that you may have put on. You can just leave these on because next time you load up, they from a cold and dark in the night time, they should all load up. Come on. Navigations can all go off. Go back to index page on those. GPU can be disconnected and the battery switch can go off, and that is it. Back into a cold and dark state. Don't know how you turn the tablet off, but you can stay on. So yeah, an interesting video. Obviously GSX does work with it. Obviously don't touch this if you're going to have GSX do operate all this for you. It gets a bit confused. But yeah, apart from the approach, the first initial approach where it didn't pick up the ILS, and the second where it didn't manage the ILS properly, and my throttle issue, it wasn't that bad. I'll probably come back to this aircraft again in the future. Not sure when, but I will give it another go at some point. Yeah, hopefully this video was of an interest to you, and obviously until the next time, it's bye bye for now.